What's up, everybody? I think I got a pretty cool video for you today. So my name is Nate, my channel is called Real Roman Fishing, and today I'm just going to be talking about everything that I carry with me to the river in my Steelhead bag. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. First, I just want to say welcome to the channel, anyone who's watching for the first time, and also welcome to everyone who's subscribed recently since the last video. I think we're up to about 250 subscribers at the time I'm recording this. What made the last informational video I posted really fun for me was everyone's comments. People saying they used the tactics and went out and caught fish, or they were at least interested in trying them out. So hopefully people want to comment on this one as well. I know everyone carries some different gear when they go to the river. I'm missing some stuff that some people would not leave home without. So let me know what I'm missing, like what gear you wouldn't go to the river without. So with that, let's dive in and let's take a look at what we have here. So starting with the bag itself, you can see it's just a Walmart brand, like $10 bag. But basically when we're looking at this bag, my goal is to put all the highest touch objects in the outside pockets. So in this front pocket right here is where I keep my pliers and also my scissors. And I even keep a little elastic on here so that I can attach these to my waders and keep them in my front pocket. In these side pockets, I'll keep my leader. I typically run 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, so I'll bring that. Sometimes I'll swap it out for 6-pound if it's really clear water. But 8-pound leader, I keep that in the side pocket so I can always get to it quickly if I'm snagging off and I need to retie. And then in this other side pocket, I keep my scent. So everyone who sees this channel probably knows I'm a huge believer in scent. So right here I have some Pro-Cure Steelhead combo. It's really easy to just open this up and apply it to your jig or your whatever it is that you're fishing, just like that. So we can go ahead and open this up now and start taking a peek at the boxes that I keep inside. So when I open this up, you can see that it's really, again, about putting high-touch objects towards the top, and I keep a bunch of small boxes in here because those are going to be quick for me to just grab an individual box based on what I need when I'm out in the river. So this really small one here has a bunch of float tubing, some split rings, some small hooks, some snap swivels here. So if I break off and I need to retie a whole bunch of gear at once or fix a float or anything like that, I can quickly grab a lot of this terminal tackle related objects right out of this tiny box. I don't have to scramble through a lot of the bigger ones underneath it. So this next box, this is probably the one that I go to most in my entire tackle box, which is why it's right up here in the top as well. This is where I keep some of my favorite jigs and then some of my favorite soft plastics. But you can see right in this box, up top I just keep some 1/32 ounce Voodoo jigs in various colors. I need to restock the white ones here, but red's a great one, gold as well, and then some white jig heads up here as well, ranging from 1/16 ounce down to 1/32 ounce as well, and then some small hooks here as well. And then on the back side, so it's quick for me to just navigate around this box when I need to, got all my favorite plastics here. So white plastic minnows, pearl and white plastic tubes. I find these really get a lot of bites, especially on aggressive fish. So as a shameless plug, definitely check out my last tutorial video on my channel if you guys want to hear more about how I set up these crappie tubes to catch steelhead. It's a super effective tactic, and I really recommend it to people just getting started out. So check out that tutorial if you want to see why I bring crappie tubes steelhead fishing. So next box, you can see this one is mostly weights. I have some egg weights that I can use to weight down my float. So these are like 1/4 ounce up to maybe 1/2 ounce at the biggest size, just depending on what size float I'm running. Also have some backup jigs, some hooks that I can use if I'm running eggs or spawn sacks, and then some split shot that I can add to my setup as well. Underneath that, this box is full of Marabou jigs of a bunch of different colors. So again, this is one I'm going to be going to all the time, and it's got a lot of my favorite gear in it here too. You can see I really do love fishing white, so white is probably my favorite color to run, or white and red here. This is what I caught my personal best on last year. You can find that video on the channel too. But yeah, a few other colors too. I'll run darker colored jigs like this. So dark and pink like this. We have some olive here, some more natural presentation like olive, or this more tan kind of bug-like color here. And then looking through the rest of the box too, Cleveland brown colors, brown and orange here. I do have some plastic worms too that I could rig on some of those bare jig heads. I don't fish these that often, but I do like having them in the box because I have caught fish on them in the past. I do keep some extra tubes in here as well, so it's not perfectly organized. I've got some bigger jigs here that I would only pull out if the water is really fast or really muddy. These are 1/8 ounce jigs, but sometimes I can even put like night crawler on the back here. I have a good chance to catch fish that way as well if the conditions call for it. And you can see I've got rust blocker strips all throughout this box to make sure that even if it does rain or water gets into this box, that I'm not going to be losing a bunch of gear to rust. I also keep, right now I have a couple loose bags of Marabou just in here. So these are a couple other dozen colors. I actually won these in a Facebook giveaway, but have been looking forward to trying some of them out. So we can take a closer look at some of those colors too. You can see the purple, light blue, they've got white, pink and black again, which is similar to my go-to. We've got these green ones, red as well. So some cool colors here. I'm excited to start using them more, and I really do like this tinsel flash that comes off these. So now moving into this very last box here in the bag. This is stuff that I don't turn to very often, but I do always want to have it with me just in case. So that's why this is at the bottom. That way I don't have to, I'm not going to be accessing this box very often, but if I need stuff, I have it here. So in this one here, you can see up top first, this is where I keep my extra floats. I love Raven floats, so that's pretty much exclusively what I'm gonna fish out there. I've tried other brands, but I really like Raven floats. This is my favorite size for most Ohio tributaries, 7.8 gram, a real thin float. This one is an 8 gram, it looks like, yeah, and then an 11 gram too. So I keep a few different sizes. I'm not switching floats up that often. I typically stick with that 7.8 or 8 gram float because I find it's very versatile. So moving through the rest of the box too, you can see this is where I keep all my hardware. I don't turn to this that often, but I always keep it with me just in case I see people catching like crazy on spoons and I want to try stuff out. So on this side, I keep my spoons here. These are my three favorite colors, I guess, that I just pulled out here. So I'll either do like a straight silver, a silver and green, or a silver and blue, or like gold and orange. So I found these combos work really well, and those would be the first ones I would turn to. Also keep just a mess of spinners here. They're incredibly tangled. You can see how often I actually use these, but always have these to turn to if I need them as well, and a few other spoons here too. Also keep these mini plugs here as well, some extra treble hooks for all that hardware. I do keep a couple bigger jigs here, so these are 1/8 ounce jigs, which I don't find myself needing 1/8 ounce jigs that often, which is why they're down here in the bottom. And then finally, I do have these really small little fly fishing floats too. So sometimes, if the main rivers are blown out and we go to a really small creek where you can actually sight fish and see fish and we don't want to spook them, we can swap these out, take all the weight off our setup, and just use these floats with the jig. So last place I keep stuff in this bag is in this top pocket here. So this is where mostly I just keep number one, my fishing license. Always have that when you're out on the river. And then also just some extra plastics that I might turn to depending on the conditions. So other variations of the crappie tube, which you guys know I love. Some pink and white ones here, some more like silvery sparkly ones. I keep some more minnow variations here, so you can see these pink ones. Again, most of the stuff I throw is going to be pink, white, or black. So some more white minnows here. These little grubs, which are a little bit darker and a more natural looking presentation. And then some small pink worms that I could use to tip a bear jig or even add to a Marabou. So this is all the stuff that I take with me when I go to the river, but I'm really interested in hearing what other people take too so that I can improve. But hopefully this video is helpful if you're trying to build up your first gear bag, or you're thinking about what you might want to add. And if so, I hope you'll consider subscribing, sticking around, being a part of the channel while I work on making more content like this that gets people talking about how they love steelhead fishing and how they go out fishing. So hopefully this was helpful, and thank you for watching.